Hi everybody, this is Angelica, and today I'm going to be doing a video about something that may interest a lot of you if you have gone through this. The title is going to be Why Relationships Fall Apart During a Spiritual Awakening or Spiritual Journey. So if you have had a sudden spiritual awakening in some sense, in whatever way that you are going through it currently, you probably have noticed a lot of changes in your relationships. And I kind of just wanted to make this video to give you some of the reasons that might be happening. So, think about yourself before you started going through your awakening, the relationships that you've had and how those worked out for you. And then picture yourself after your awakening. A lot of your relationships no longer fit, and so they go away. And although it can be very painful, and sometimes you may not want them to go away, or you don't understand why they're going away, there is a higher order and a higher purpose for this, this situation to occur. And the first thing is that when you go through a spiritual awakening, you are awakened to truths and to a different awareness that others have not been awakened to. So when you try to, come back down to earth and be in your relationships that you were prior, or even trying to be in relationships in general in the beginning, they probably won't work. The reason that they won't work is because the people that you're trying to be in relationships with are either people that are similar in behaviors or personality patterns from your past, or it could just simply be that these people have not experienced what you have experienced. Now, it can get really interesting because there are a lot of quote-unquote spiritual people out there. People that either are in a certain religion, or there's those people who, try to learn spirituality in their own way and go on a certain path, but they don't, and they have not yet had a great awakening. And let me tell you a little bit about why. People that have spiritual awakenings, from what I understand, even though they are so painful most times, are people that are open to dealing with and handling the darkest parts within themselves and within humanity. And they have the strength and fortitude to be able to handle this kind of energy within themselves. Even though it may not seem like they have that in them, because you will break down and you will go through a horrible, low period. And this is what's required for the awakening to occur. But if you have been through a spiritual awakening, you have this within you. Okay, you are stronger than most. And not to say that in an egotistical way. It's just that some people cannot grasp that there's other things out there, that there's a new way to life, that there's this way that we're living now isn't working, and things must be changed. And so when you go through a spiritual awakening, this becomes obvious, and you can feel it in the greatest depths of your heart and your soul. And this is extremely painful. And everybody on a subconscious level understands that this painful aspect of this process must be gone through before you can get to the other side. And so people block it. They block it either consciously or unconsciously, and they can do that just through their own will. They can use substances to block it. I mean, even some people, they just deny those really hard things from coming through because they're not ready. It's not something that they can handle at this moment, and that's okay. Maybe there's a time that they will be able to handle these things, but let me tell you, there's never a perfect time to bring these things in. So the relationships don't end up working out because you are so aware of things, and your partner isn't going to understand any of it, and this is going to cause a big problem in relationships. Now, spiritual awakenings are happening more and more and more, and so hopefully people will go through this process of, healing healing their emotional body, healing their physical body, healing their spiritual selves, and allowing for the spirit to enter their body and become their highest version. And once this happens, there'll be more people out there that will match as far as relationships go. But people that go through spiritual awakenings are also very strong within themselves. And they need a lot of alone time in order to process all these insights and all these new things that have, happened to them. And so when they try to fit that into like a regular relationship, and let me just add that relationships currently are not harmonious. They're not working out. There's many divorces. They're not meeting on the same level, and it's because of all these awakenings and all of these new things happening on the planet. So since these things are happening and occurring, we may find our relationships difficult. Intimate relationships, friend relationships. There's a lot of friends that I had to let go of once I started awakening. And, from time to time I think about them, but it's like we just don't match on the same frequency level anymore, and that's okay. And there's not a lot of people that actually will meet you on the same frequency level when you've gone through this. When you've gone through this, you have the ability to bring yourself into a state where you can still show compassion and understanding for these little things that go on in daily life within relationships and stuff like that are, the same as they've always been on this planet. But you're craving and you're wanting that relationship of a higher vibration, of a higher level. And you cannot have that type of relationship until you are fully healed within your own body, your own mind, your own spirit, your own emotional body. So, this is so much more clear to me, and I'll make a video about it sometime, because I met my twin flame and around 2005, and that's when my spiritual awakening started happening. But I had so many issues from my past. I had so many things to work through that it wasn't possible, and still isn't quite possible, for me to be in a relationship of that level. It's, becoming more possible, but at the same time, I've needed a lot of time to heal myself. And you cannot heal yourself when you're in a relationship, because these emotions will come up and you will battle and you will blame the other and stuff like that. And so, it's a difficult topic, and I will get into more about what twin flames are and my experience with the twin flame path. All I do know, however, is that I'm here to teach the truths that I have found out. And anybody I've talked to about these specific types of relationships don't get it. Our planet is not hearing it. They're not ready to understand what these higher vibrational relationships are about. And these kind of relationships are what is going to really change our planet and shift us from the current relationships that we are experiencing, neediness, you know, arguing, victim mentality, you know, all these weird like things that we don't need to experience. And so if you're experiencing those in your relationships, then let them go and really heal within you what could be creating that. Now, it may not be you specifically. It may be that you've just outgrown these things and you keep trying to go back to them. And you just have to really have faith and love for yourself enough to know that there's a higher purpose to all of this. There's a higher plan. People will start understanding these concepts, but it's going to take a while. It's going to really be a long road to get there. So I hope I explained things in a way that's understandable so that you really understand why, so you don't get so hurt about relationships and why they're not working anymore. Everybody's, you know, in flux at the moment. If they're still gripping onto the old reality and they're still trying to hold on to the old things and old ways of the old reality, they're going to come up against some lesson after lesson, after struggle, whatever that may be, or they may exit the planet. You know, it's just easier to open up to this energy and just allow it to carry you where it needs to carry you. And if that's through some emotional pain, then that's fine. That pain will leave, and it will leave way more quickly if you're open to it. So I don't want to go on too long, but I just I hope this video helped you. And if you would like to schedule a spiritual guidance session with me, please go on my website, and there is a link, a tab that is that says spiritual services, and just click on that link and you can schedule your appointment there. Thank you so much, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.